Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Albion TV. It's Saturday night, and that means we have a weekend packed with Crystal League action for you today. We've got some hot Crystal League action, and tomorrow as well, we'll have a round of level 8 crystals. Well worth tuning into, as this is where the stakes get high and entry to the off-season crystal tournament. You can't win a ticket, but you can get half a ticket tomorrow if you can take down a level 8. However, despite this being the Crystal League show, we're actually not going to be starting in the Crystal League. We've got something a bit spicier for the boys and girls in the audience. And joining me, of course, is Shozen, and I'm sure he can fill you in on what's going on and what we're going to be watching to start the show here.
We're going to be watching a city fight, Lewpac.
Do you know what? You guys have been casting loads of city fights. I haven't casted a city fight in ages. I haven't been in a city fight in ages. You know, someone... Get in my DMs, man. I'm available. I love those. I love city fights. There's not enough of them in Albion, but...
Well, I'm sure you can get a hold of Black Order. They're looking for somebody who can do it. Anybody who can do it. Anybody who can put up a challenge for Elevate,
they've got
period.
20 people better than me. They don't need me, man. You know, whatever the third string city is, Carlian or whatever, put me in that one. You know.
Yeah, I think that's the one that Black Order was going.
In that.
Actually, right now we have Empire, Logic's Guild.
Yeah,
Blue Army, the infamous previous season winner, 3-time champion, and Black Order, this season's current #1 team, or #1 guild, are all vying to take down cities that are all currently held by Elevate. And Elevate has been whooping their ass day in and day out all week long. Earlier in the week, we saw 3 fights launched at one time, and Elevate defended all 3 cities at once.
So I'd heard about this on Thursday. I tabbed over to watch it on my stream, a sort of little re-stream of it. And it looked like some of them were actually going okay, but just that experience of Elevate and being able to field 60 people simultaneously that can hold cities is pretty impressive. There was a few non-Elevate names in the lineup. They definitely brought a few in to round out the numbers, but an impressive effort nonetheless. But what surprised me is Black Order actually came closer than ever. Yet they didn't decide to continue launching. And we know that their play, especially people like Derek in a lineup. Yeah. His mentality with these things is just keep going at them. Keep going at them, and eventually they'll break, or you will improve enough to beat them.
That's the hope anyway. Well, I did interview Zerfax the other day, the city fight shot caller for Elevate, and we talked about these things. And then just yesterday we talked to Snaxor, who is, I wouldn't say he's leading the city fights for Blue Army, but he's well informed, and he says that Blue Army will be launching again over the rest of the week. They will try to get more and more fights ready to go, and it sounds like Black Order is going to be back at it. And this is Empire.
Yeah, so, three cities launched simultaneously is the way to do it. Exactly. I think the game would actually be more fun if, one guild couldn't hold more than one city.
Well, they would find a way to do it. You would see like people finding ways to do it with alts.
Yeah, I guess they could just
getting
do
it done. This isn't.
We've seen the only reason I want that is to get more fights. I want that. I want more of these city fights because they're amazing. And we're about to be going in. We need to find a different
way to get more city fights. Hands down. Period. End of statement. There needs to be more 20v20 action, instanced action in this game, because it's some of the most fun things you can do in this game are the city fights, and such a small percentage of the population gets to engage them, even smaller than the old school 5v5 for territory control. Fewer people get to do the city fights. So I hope sometime in the future we get to see other ways of battling it out 20v20, where one guild can really test its mettle against another. This is, like I said, the most fun content we can show you.
Yeah, I mean, anyone that's ever been in one of these fights will tell you that it is awesome. Like, it's not that fun getting stomped. I've been involved in a few city fight stomps in my days, both on the giving and receiving end, and they're not really fun for either one. But a good close city fight, I remember doing it for Money Guild against Blue Army, was absolutely amazing. So let's find out, who do you want to follow with the camera?
Right now I'm on Prince Exion and on BCX. I'm watching both perspectives at once here, as we often see these guys split up and go in different directions. Sometimes they're together. They work very well together as the dual tanks for Elevate. but Prince Exion is the one to watch. He has been a master of the one-handed mace.
Okay.
Completely crowd controlling his opponents and just taking them to school.
So it looks like a big sweep up the northwestern side from Elevate. And it's a saddle diaball. That is some confidence levels for Prince Exion. Those diaballs, they're only about 2.2 million. They're not that expensive, but looks cool with the white boar skin. And it looks like all of Empire. I see a lot of Bridled Fury here. The new rune, the relic daggers or the shard daggers. Logic loves his daggers. Those trademark bloodletters. Motifs on one as well. Down goes the early Judy. Camlan goes in. I engage. Already gets kill on Triblian. Now there's a clump onto this bridge. Exion goes in with a slam. Whiffs it a little bit, but the Judicator helms come down with the stuns. Now we see those really nice Hellion jackets not getting purged. That's a lot of sustain, but right now Empire is going to take some big casualties. Exion's gone in. He's running those slams in with the stun, followed by the snare into the elbow smash. It's like the 1, 2, 3 combo of crowd control. And this is going to be curtains for the entire line of Empire, as a dirty, dirty wind wall is going to seal them in to this graveyard of an alleyway. Hicks is going to run for it. Geminex gets a kill as well, and that is an early 9-0 kill line, Shozen.
Absolutely just crushed them with
that is no
first
joke.
Engagement. Now, Lewpac, if you look back where they're going to be going to, they're going to be on this bridge where Elevate splits into two parties here. Half of them go to the east and half of them go south. Right now, I think they're rotating because they're expecting to see Empire rotate. But oftentimes we see that exact same location that we just saw, where Elevate takes the southern bridge and the western bridge. And it uses that split to get on both sides of an opponent. Here they have to use a much more brute force engagement, but you'll still see that some of them are going to go south.
There's a lot of melees up in this alley. There's a little brawl going on down south as well. The guy called Hentai with the new fire as well. The Dawn Song. Those are very useful in city fights. I think the Phoenix is
nice clump up
about the size of one of these chokes. Tier's going to go down. Exion's very low, actually. Oh, there's another Bridled Fury swipe in the back. That is a lot of damage onto these Clothies. Akiko does go down. Logic's running for his life. And look, I think all of Elevate are here, though. Like, this looks like the bulk of the force. I'm only seeing one guy's... Yeah, there's only one person not here. Yeah. So this is like where Empire should be rotating 3 or 4 somewhere else.
They need to learn how to split better. We see that the Elevate guys are very good at adapting to different tactics by their opponent, and they're able to mirror it very well. But we do see this. If you notice, they've got half down the stairs and half down the wall. Again, because they're trying to draw you into this choke where they can hit you from 2 sides. This is one of the strategies that they use daily, and it's very, very effective.
They've actually also rotated a few guys now expecting this, because when they're playing on defense, they have the 4 caps and they can use that middle area. They can reinforce either side a lot quicker, whereas Empire kind of have to commit to one or the other. Exion goes in, gets a 5-man CC into the back line. Down go the Blazings, Hellion Jackets. Oh, that was a good perm onto the front 3. There goes the anti-heal. Logic might burn. He gets actually a shield and pops his resist pot. He should be okay. Rigged a lot needs to pull out of there, but they're not going to breach this choke, right? They need to turn the hell around and try somewhere else. They're getting a back cap on the Elevate base cap, but that appears to have been cancelled. Nice catch there. I just don't see the same tank control coming out of Empire. They seem very heavy on the daggers. Metamati's going to get stunned. He is in fire as well. The Phoenixes come down. That was a nice swipe onto the Elevate backline, but their range DPS is just not following up, and team captain, the guild leader, Logic, is now just a smear on the alleyways of Lymhurst.
Well, Elevate does 2 things really well. Besides just having the strategies, they also have very, very good damage mitigation. Yes, we see Exion always hitting the CC properly and doing a great job at that. But if you look at their backlines, their healers, their arcane users, they're very, very good at getting defensives down and heals up in time and keeping their team relatively topped off. When they engage, you'll see their DPS doing incredible amounts of damage against Empire, because Empire's not able to get their defense. As I say that, holy cow, that was a deletion. Somebody did not get their defensives up in time.
I was about to say
by
that
Empire to get a really good engagement there for the first time in this battle.
I was about to say Empire hadn't scored a single kill there, but that sync up, the Armor Pierce came out just as the Bridled Fury E dropped Permafrost Prism on top. They're still not able to turn this into caps though, and caps are what win matches. Logic goes down once again, actually dies to the slam. Where are the healers? The anti-heal from the fire is going strong. Hicks is just chilling right now, dropping a Locust. He should be okay. He can self-shield on the way out. There is a couple of healers ready. The new Holy as well is being used. I Engage actually does go down. Exian leaping back to freedom here. The artillery fire is going to follow as the Camland pulls them all in. There's the root. There's the counter as well. iCrane leaping in with that Hallowfall Staff, which of course knocks the enemies up in the air, gives him a ton of resistances and heals everybody. Right now though, Empire have made a little line. They've gone the tic-tac-toe down the middle with the cap points.
They did do a rat cap first, went all the way to the back cap, got that first, and then fought for middle.
Oh, and
we do see the back cap is blinking right now with 9 seconds left, and it's going to go in favor of Elevates.
He should have been actually just protecting that back cap. He would have been better off just holding that 3 and getting some points on the board, because that is 20 every time.
It's a 40-point swing, yeah.
Here we go. Nice engage. There's the 1-2. Still got the elbow smash. Matty actually has to leap out of their Logic. Oh, he wanted to turn around there. I mean, he didn't want to run back into his boys with the Camland, but he just pulled the front line instead of the back line. So it's kind of a lose-lose situation, but the healers and the Arcanes of Empire managed to keep everybody alive through that, which is very impressive. The back cap has gone again for Elevate, but they did manage to regain the mid cap. So there's a little bit of ring around the rosy going around these caps.
But the main fights,
the main fights are being won by Elevate, and that is what's going to matter here. This choke has just proved a little bit tough, but there's a good old push. But the counter, oh, the counter Camland, that was
no defensives down, no heals on the location,
no locus.
All the DPS just gets melted.
They look like they thought they had it there, but it was actually it was a big old bait there.
Sometimes you just can't win.
Yeah, it just, I mean, they thought they had it, and then they realized that they in fact did not. And
they
it's
did not
dire
have it.
wolves
Well, they realized as they were releasing and heading back to tent that
the confidence to pointlessly ride a dire wolf for an extra 350k that you don't need. I love it. You know, this is the thing though as well. The more confident they get in these city fights, the more inclined they are to overgear as well. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
they've been overgearing.
If you're farming people, you're going to rock up in 8-2 excellent, because we barely ever die. We're farming sets, and the cities generate a ton of money. Like this is why it's taking 3 different organizations simultaneously launching to even get close. And I say get close; they haven't even managed to take one yet. Asian King goes down. Empire, they're going to get swiped. They need to stop these daggers, man. I don't know what the answer is to these daggers. Demon armor, maybe, against that Bridal Fury. Gatherback goes down. Useless One goes down. Trades back and forth, but mostly in the direction of Empire, the deaths. Withold's going to go down. It's a 4 cap, which is 40 points on the next rotation.
Well, they got it down to 3.
A few more deaths will do that. Yeah, okay, so they grabbed it not to 1. Maybe they can grab mid or grab bot or ninja something. But it doesn't matter how good your rats are. You know, when the enemy's still got 186 points, you need rats. You need like good off cappers, and also to win a few fights.
Absolutely.
Like the best they did was get a clap, and then still got dunked, even though they killed a bunch. Like
they had one good clap, and that was it. They had one good engagement. I thought we were just going to see another example of perfect heals, and I think what we saw was a combination of a really well-timed boosted DPS.
Look at the average IPs, by the way. The average IP is like nearly 100 more for Elevate across the whole team. 1411 to 1334. So there's definitely, you know, they're gearing with that confidence to not die, but then it also helps them not die and kill people easier. Logic in a lot of trouble there. The crossbow nearly finishes him off. It's your one-handed crossbow. There's the swipe, and now I think Elevate are just going to push on this. Akiko, he's in trouble. Zeon goes down, and it's just Farmville right now. It's a loot delivery from Empire, and I mean, The problem is when there's only one launch, you're going to get the best team in one place, aren't you?
Yep, that's just going to happen. They need to spread them out if they want to make any kind of dent in this empire.
Most if
elevate monopoly of the cities.
It's going to be a 20 here. There was a nice last-second cap by the Empire guys, but this is not pretty. Most if they're just like leapt in with a deadly swipe, hit the blades, and then just slapped like 6 guys, and they didn't even touch him. Like they did nothing to him. And I think these daggers are key. If you're not controlling them, you're going to be in a lot of trouble. Oh, Geminex, that was a brilliant blink, actually. He had the camland in a really bad spot. He was about to pull his entire team onto him. He managed to blink into the one alleyway where he didn't have friendlies. And now the forward push of Empire is being demolished. They're all being sent packing. They're trying to get Adora bubbles, but that spam. Holy Flash as well, the AoE Flash heal. The new, or Holy Shard, as I like to call it.
Mm-hmm.
It is being used in these city fights. One of the few places we are seeing it. Oh, that's a clump. There's the elbow smash to follow up. Silence goes down. I engage gets trib. Right now, the useless one needs to be careful. He's stuck out front. He dies. Logic's going to die. Hicks will probably get out because he's an arcane and he has shields and cleanse. But this is going to be it. 50 seconds. Zezio, he's going to die. Hicks comes. Nice from Hicks, actually. He managed not to pull his boys together with that camlan. But they've just been demolished. We're told gets windwalled out. One for the road. Bit more loot there. Nice. The caps are still, you know, the back caps are still happening. But Hicks goes. Matty goes. Rigged a lot goes. And they don't even need caps. They'll probably just kill 9 people now. Time to grab that loot because you don't want. Remember, once you zone out. I see. Why is Robin Hood in the middle? By the way. Hey, you notice? Can you see him?
Yeah, I see him over there just watching away. He really loves these city fights, you know.
He's chilling. You know, does he know he can go invisible? Yeah.
I don't think he knows that he's not invisible. Or maybe that's the only way to stay here.
The ball.
You know, I think the only way to stay here and watch is to be visible. Like if we try to watch from an invisible perspective and just run around in free mode, it kicks us out.